Hi everyone. Welcome to. I don't know why that surprised me. I really don't. I pushed the button. I knew what was going to happen, and then it happened, and then I got surprised that it happened. Welcome everyone to another episode of Court of Corvids. My name is Jake. I go by he, him, but I will be playing a series of different people. As you can see, we have a slightly different group of people. Also different. Also everything. There's a lot of weird, different setups going on right now. So we're gonna go around. I'm not going to go to the individual feeds because one, I didn't check them to make sure that two, it has the wrong information since everyone just leveled. So three, we're going to go around the table. Krug, why don't you start us off?
I'm Krug playing Krug, Claude, the Human Monk, both of us, he, him. I would like you to go to youtube.com/QueueTimes main and check out Game Gorgon. That's it. That's the end. Nice and short, succinct. Boom. We're 20 minutes late. Let's go. Boom. Power
Molly,
through it.
go. Molly, go.
Hi, my name is Molly McIsaac. This is my pickle juice. I am she, her, and so is Moss Magnificent, who I play.
Pickle juice. I went to Costco and bought a giant jar of pickles because after last week's conversation, I was like, I really want pickles now. Now we're gonna skip our guests because we're gonna go over Rick last. But let's go over the duo, Robin and Remy, who are in the same shot. And explain a little bit if you're okay with it. What's happening?
I'll go first, and I'll let William explain anything that they might want to. But my name is Jonas. You can find me on Twitter at Jonas Newhouse. I'm also in the band Glass Beach with William. We're on all services as Glass Beach Band.
Oh, are you done?
Yeah, I'm being brief.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm also like
cool.
Yeah.
Well then, hi, I'm William, they them, and I'm playing Remy Ashwillow, the Dampier Goblin Fighter, also they them. And yeah, I'm in Glass Beach. I do other stuff for QueueTimes, and I bent down to pick up a sock, and it ended the life of my back. So
hopefully, just for now.
Hopefully just for now. This happens to me every once in a while, where I have a really bad lower back, so I throw it out or like herniate a disc every once in a while. So that's just what we're dealing with. But the reason we're late, I'm just gonna let you know, the reason we're late is because I didn't think I was gonna do today, but I really wanted to play with Rick and I wanted to play with the guest, and then I screwed everything up. All right, everyone. It was me. It was
just technology. It was a simple decision that led to things taking a very long time. That was not your fault.
I think I speak
in wanting to play.
I think I speak for everyone when I say that the delay was worth it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's game.
Hell yeah.
Let's hear from Rick. How you doing, Rick?
Rick, who are you? Where are you from? And then all that other fun stuff. Go for it.
Cool. I am Rick Ralls. I will be playing the role of Vandel Stormwind, a bard, human bard from the realm of Faerun, which is D&D. No judgment. And
I heard so much judgment in that. It was stupid.
Vandel judges like a bitch. It's awful. And so you can find me at Rawls Rick on Twitter, or you can check out the podcast that I normally play on, which is Comedy of Terrors. You can search for us at any of your podcast things for Comedy of Terrors, and you can follow them on Twitter at COTDND.
Awesome. I was recropping Rick because you could only see his upper lip.
Sorry, I'll sit up straighter. Yes, headmaster.
Damn it, Rick, we're on a show. Damn it.
I know.
Okay, so real fast to kind of go over, Rick and I and Krug have actually known each other for many, many years. And I ran Twitter randomly, was like, hey, do you want to start following people from your phone contacts? And I was like, yeah, why not? I haven't done that. And then Rick popped up, and I went to Rick's Twitter account, and it said he was doing a podcast, and I was like, yo, what?
Hey man, I hear you're doing a podcast. That's cool. We're doing a show too.
Yeah, you should come on. So that's basically how this started. Was I just really wanted to play with Rick because I missed him. So now that my love affection is out there, let's start the show. Last episode, the very end of it, you were all on your caravan heading back to Kellendale as a random portal opened up in the middle of the road and drops a human right on the floor, and he stands up and he rubs his back. He goes, my fucking back. Vandal, please describe yourself a little bit better of what you look like.
Certainly. What you see before you was a man, a handsome man at one point, who through various adventuring has picked up a legendary set of curses and scars and malformities. He has what looks like a Y-shaped scar on his forehead, which is really quite noticeable. He also, right below that, for one of his eyebrows, is a slug that actually looks like it is alive and kind of squirmy. He has dark brown hair and blue eyes, but it doesn't distract away from the giant mole that's on his face that you would swear has a mouth on it. Yeah. He's dressed kind of nicely, but yeah, he's kind of a mess from the neck up.
Oh no.
There's a lot of details there. I am gonna zone in on that slug, I think. Zero in on that. I want to roll a nature check on that slug, see if it is in fact a slug, and if there's anything weird going on about that slug, I might be able to ascertain.
I'm gonna just go ahead and get into crane stance real quick.
And as a reminder, like when this guy when they fell down in front of us, Robin's initial instinct was to run over and do a medicine check to check if they were okay. I believe Remy is actually restraining her right now from doing that.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, that's what Remy's up to.
Yeah. So we've leveled up now. So for nature, that's going to be, I rolled a 17 plus 15 is 32. Tell me about that slug.
I believe it's a curse. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, it's a curse.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is not natural. It is like, it may look like a slug, but it is not there due to natural causes.
Okay. Is it a type of slug that exists in our world?
Do you have banana slugs?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yummy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
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 How it's in Lion King? You never eaten grubs?
That's
Nope.
not banana slugs.
Well, have you tried it? Robin licks her lips, and I'm gonna go eat the slug. No, I'm not. Are you? I'm gonna keep distance. Are you quite okay? You look like you're taking a fall.
Son of a bitch! Did you see that fall I just took?
Yeah.
Where's Rosnar and Whip? My two companions. Are they
Who?
here?
Who? No. Who are you? And who are they? And what are you doing here?
And he kind of straightens himself up and kind of strikes a pose, and it's like, Vandel Stormwind, surely you've heard of me.
Someone roll society.
Is Moss still drunk right now? Is she?
No, this was the next day. You might still have a hangover, but
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm up above, and I'm like, well, I certainly have never heard of you, but I'm sure you've heard of me. I am Moss the Magnificent, known across all these lands. Is Herring doing fanfare?
Got
Robin's
it. So I
playing
must be in
her-
the middle of nowhere because I've definitely never heard that name before.
As she says that, there is a kobold who is opening up their vest and reaching out and throwing flowers up in the air.
A goblin.
A goblin.
Tearing, goblin. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, cute. You have a little minion. Isn't it wonderful? I have a little guy as well. His name is Whip. He follows me around, does all sorts of things for me.
Whip? You call your minion Whip? Herring is not my minion. Herring is my companion and my trusted friend, and I would never call him Whip because he is not whipped. I see the way that you treat your help
All right, listen.
versus me.
I'm sure you're both very incredibly talented, but can we go back to who you are and where you came from and what you're doing here? And
Right.
maybe even the slug on your face, what that's all about.
It's a banana slug. Not normal though.
Listen, you said Vandel, right? Vandel Stormwind. You have to understand that the only thing that I know about the way that you just arrived here is that very dangerous things come through those portals, and I'm not about to assume that you're not a very dangerous thing just because you speak the same language I do.
Well, Krug, look at his interesting eye apparatus. I'm sure that's why he's famous and not for any other reason. I mean, that seems quite evil to me. Perhaps we should do away with him.
Slugs aren't evil, Moss. Really?
Some slugs can
Why
be.
does he have one on his face?
Are we going to keep asking questions, or are we going to let the Vandel talk?
Yes, hear the goblin through. Let the Vandal speak.
My name is Remy Ashwillow. You can call me Remy Ashwillow. I am also a goblin, but I am a Dampier, and I'm very strong. So
What's
think
a
about that.
Dampier?
It is like a vampire, but like not.
But not.
Just pray you don't have to get more specific than that, Vandel.
Okay.
You came out of a portal. Tell us from where you are from.
Right. Yeah. No, I see. I was on my way. Headed to Calimport, City of Slaves. Ring a bell?
No.
None of this rings a bell
Wait.
whatsoever.
Is that the
Callendale,
Yeah,
right?
Callendale, and that is not the city of slaves.
Callumdale. You know, I have an extensive knowledge. I went to college. I know these things. And I have to say that I've never heard of the Callumdale.
Oh,
That-
it is Kellendale. Kellendale? This is not. We're talking of different places. It's
Yes.
Seems
that way.
God, if I may posit, you could be from the opposite side of this Earth that we're on here, because these portals, I don't know how far they're reaching, but their range could be vast. And
Wait, why were you going to a city of slaves?
Yes, we're not too keen on slaves here.
Oh,
Subjugation of peoples is not
Were you
great.
going? Yeah, were you going for liberating purposes, or were you going for purchasing purposes?
Oh no. I was part of a slave rebellion that was happening there. But this is
Can I
this
sense
is neither
motive?
here nor
Yeah,
there.
me too.
yeah, me too. Let's do this. Oh, I'll keep that one.
Can I
That's a
challenge
funny
him to a dance-off? Just kidding. Or am I?
You're welcome to try.
As the GM,
Sensing
you will
motive.
have an opportunity. You can wait. Do you think I was going to have Moss and a Bard on and not give an opportunity for competition? Come on now. That's
Krug,
not
how many
gonna
hit points are your max now? You said earlier.
my health 99.
89?
99.
Oh, 99. Okay, I'm 88.
Nice. I got
and
a
Moss
7.
is half of both of those. At
Yep.
least.
I'm gonna pick a feat.
Moss is one of those numbers minus the other one of those numbers.
Stop HP shaming.
So bad. All right, so you guys have heard of Calimport. Have you?
Wait,
what do you
I
call
rolled
this
a
world that
sense
we're on?
motive. I want to know what. Sorry.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
No, go ahead.
well, I believe Jonas got a natty 1,
I
right?
sure did. And I'm allowing it.
What do
about
I
you,
roll
Remy?
for sense motive? I almost never
Perception.
percept people.
Oh yeah, that is a plus like 15, so 16.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I got 24. 24 for mine.
I got 17.
So that's going to be your deception plus 10. Before you don't need to roll.
Well, if you're lying,
Yeah,
me?
if you're lying.
if you're not lying, then you just aren't.
I'm not
Well,
lying.
Okay,
There-
all right.
I definitely was involved with a slave.
Oh no.
All right, this sounds like the rolls are.
Gonna have to start making sense motive checks in real life right now.
You'll have to check out our podcast and find out.
Which I did post a link to their Twitter in chat, and if you're watching the VOD, it will be down in the description. So
Also, just real quick aside, I know everyone's gonna be annoyed at me for saying this, but there's a bug in Twitter, and you cannot post the word Memphis.
don't tell people because now people want to push the button.
Legitimately, it will get your account banned for 12 hours. Just in case, if you see somebody trying to trick you to writing that word into Twitter, do not do it.
What?
It's a big problem right now. Don't do it.
The word Memphis?
Yes. Do not do
What?
it.
Okay,
Like
okay, let's
Memphis,
not talk
Tennessee?
about
People
it because
live
all
there.
we're doing is because I've never once thought about typing the word Memphis into Twitter, but as people talk about it, I'm like, I want to type Memphis.
How
into
do you
Twitter.
announce a tour?
Look.
That's the sound of me typing Memphis.
No, don't do it.
Look.
You know what? I don't need my Twitter. Let's test this.
Okay. Anyways. So as you kind of look at Vander and try to determine whether or not Vander is lying or not, you can see that he while he is telling the truth, he is definitely not giving you the full truth.
Your character's name is Vandel, correct?
Yes.
Vandel. Did I say
Okay.
Vander?
Yes.
My bad.
Okay, just making sure.
Mhm.
So yeah. Did you just get your Twitter banned?
Oh my god!
I've
That was so
Jonas.
some features limited.
I watched you do
It'll be
it.
like, well, here's the thing. I searched the word Memphis first, and I saw someone say, "Oh wow, they actually fixed it." And I was like, "Oh, is that a funny prank?" And it was.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm telling people.
No, it's okay. It's only 12 hours. I wasn't gonna check anyway.
Okay. Well, so none of
Anyways.
us know.
No one else do that.
None of us know
Vandal.
about your stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you seem that Vandal is telling the truth.
Cool.
A version of the truth.
Yes.
I assume that I see no reason to distrust him based on this with my 1 to 16.
So
Well, okay. I don't suppose, perchance, you know, I don't know. Do we want to help you get back to the city? I mean, I suppose we could just go on our way. It seems our stories aren't quite tied here. You feel good here? If we just leave you like you are?
I mean, Robin, you definitely have the inkling that you know that Dr. Ravno would love to be able to talk to someone that has gone through a portal.
That's a good point. So I think Robin says that, but it is clear that it's out of politeness. It is out of like you probably don't want to hang out with us, right? You know, that's probably not what you want. But Robin,
I mean, is there a town nearby that I could, get a wagon to where I need to go?
There is, in fact, a town between here and Callendale, if that's the direction.
is there a wagon in Callendale? Callendale?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big city, of course.
I know where you could find a wagon.
Krug is like, what are you talking about?
You know, just making sure. Making sure.
Well, if you folks are headed along the way, I mean, I could obviously use a lift.
Well, this is my caravan, so you have
It's
to give me
true.
a very good reason why I should let you on.
Apologies, my lady. I am a renowned bard from where I am, and
Well, I've never heard of you, so.
exactly that's the point. Is that I've never heard of you either, which means there's a prime opportunity, an opportunity for me to spread the word of Moss the Magnificent, to sing your praises far and wide, as it were.
Okay, I'm listening. Would you like my life story? You can sit up here with me and hearing.
Oh my goodness, this sounds like an amazing way to pass the time as we travel to the town. Right?
Yes, come. Yes, come up here. Come up here.
All right, so Vandal
But you have
Flats
to
is
promise
over.
to sing of me. I am more than a mere bard. I am not even a bard. I'm a sorcerer. I am a witch. I am a woman of many talents. I am renowned far and wide for my fortune-telling abilities, my dance skills, my musical abilities, my prestidigitation.
Is Vandal coming aboard the caravan right now?
Yes, as soon as he got like the wave go ahead, he absolutely starts flouncing over and kind of brushing past people like, oh, I have authority now. I'm allowed.
Just like as Moss is finishing her grandiose welcome onto the caravan, Robin just like kind of walks up to Vandal and as he's passing just says, and she's going through a hard time right now, so just be cool. Be cool.
Don't worry, I've dealt with women like her before hundreds of times.
Robin kind of like pulls him back almost like forcefully. No, you haven't. You really haven't.
Did I hear that?
I
preference.
would have whispered that backstage.
Yeah, my
whispered
intention
that.
was not, but we can roll with your elf ears if you want.
What do my elf ears hear? Yeah, I want to roll to hear it. What should I roll?
Okay, so it's gonna be opposed roll. So Vandal, roll me a stealth, and Moss, roll me a perception.
I'll also roll stealth to see if
Is
you
my
get my
perception?
part.
What's my perception leveled up to right now?
Oh, 10.
Okay. That is
13.
24.
28.
A 13? What did you
Yeah.
roll?
Oh wait, no.
3.
Sorry, 23 for me.
You definitely, Moss, you definitely hear Vandel say this.
Excuse me! A woman like
Robin
me,
pushes
there
him
is
towards
no woman like me, Vandel.
Well, of course, not exactly like you.
I don't think that you have any idea what you are speaking of. You have barely become acquainted with me. I am singularly unique. Do you know that I am in line for the throne of the underworld? Do you know
Wait,
that?
do we know that?
Wait, what?
Hold on. Wait a minute. None of us know that yet, right?
No.
Wait,
Moss,
all it took was getting a guest on the show to learn all of Moss's secrets.
can I just fall silent for a moment?
Yeah.
She's having a time, okay?
That sounds absolutely fascinating. You'll have to tell me all about it. We'll include it as a verse in our song.
Yeah, you should absolutely tell Vandal all about that. And I climb up onto the caravan and sit right behind them and get my face right in between their two faces. And I look directly at Moss.
I'm also staring at Moss incredulously.
Did you
Krug,
say throne of the
No,
underworld?
I'm speaking figuratively, of course. You know, I mean, not really. I mean, I'm destined to some throne. I felt like the underworld was my affiliation with, you know, all things dead and dying. That would make the most sense, correct?
Krug, as you sit directly behind Moss, the Clokey goes in the wind and touches your bare leg, and you just hear, "I have nothing to do with it." And as you all start to have this moment of what the actual Herring literally is okay, time to go, and starts going down the road as Moss tries to avoid telling you all exactly the truth. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Moss, that she got that level of excitement because she wanted to prove herself to Vandal, but then immediately knew that maybe this wasn't the best idea.
Yeah, it was a little too far.
And as you go, Moss, roll me a perception check. And actually, Vandal and Moss, roll me a perception check. Both of you get a +4 to this roll. If anyone else would like to roll, you can, but you do not get a +4.
That's fine.
Well,
That's
then
fine
no. I only
24.
roll with +4s.
24.
24?
No, 26.
Okay.
22.
31. Oh, sorry.
31. Okay. So, Robin, Vandal, and Moss. Krug, did you roll?
No.
Okay. Vandal, Moss, and Robin, you all see the same thing. But Vandal and Moss, you see something very specific. You see that there is something nailed on a tree on the pathway to the next city. And the word that pops out, and the reason you both get a +4, is that the word competition is on the top of this banner. Robin, with your 31, though, you see that this is a singing competition.
Oh, Robin gets a very Grinchian smile seeing this, as she's been kind of feeling the perspective tension between our two bards here, our two performers, and she sees a great way for her friend Moss to not only lift her spirits as is needed, but to prove her own against this new friend. So I think Robin's going to just kind of elbow Moss specifically and be like, "Oh, Moss, do you see the flyer there?"
I can't quite make it out, Robin.
Moss, it might be written in some other language, but I think it says the Moss competition where Moss is going to win.
Well, that's every
it's
competition, Robin.
Oh, but this one, Moss, is for singing.
As the caravan moves closer to the poster, you see that the grand prize is a pocket stage.
Oh my!
What?
Moss leans off of the caravan and rips the poster off the tree.
And sure enough, it says that there is a competition, a yearly competition that happens to be tomorrow. That signups start today. And the grand prize is a pocket stage, which anyone want to roll me an Arcana? They can know what that is.
Oh, me, for sure.
Yeah,
or
to just say a what?
Musical lore or performance lore, something like that.
What about
19
mining lore?
But
What about crafting lore?
I mean, I rolled 19 Arcana, but I could also roll Performance, which I have a 12 in.
I have a 30 Arcana.
Okay, so Moss, Krug, you both know that a pocket stage is an item of light bulk. It takes 1 minute to activate with a command word and a couple of other things. And then I will read it out to you. The effect, you place a miniature theater on the ground, filling it with any set dressings and up to 6 figures you choose. Then you tap a rhythm on the miniature, causing it to grow into a modest stage of 20 feet wide by 20 feet or by 15 feet deep. It's dressed with the decorations you selected, and simple mannequins wear the costumes you chose. A wooden proscenium arch of the stage and simple curtains along the sides concealing the wings. As a magical structure, this stage has the structural trait. So basically, you can create a stage anywhere you want, because then it shrinks down and you can put it in your pocket.
Holy beep, beep, beep. Holy beep. I want that.
That sounds great. Honestly, I cannot think of a person better suited for this competition than Moss the Magnificent, looking straight at Vandel.
Moss is trying to keep the poster away from Vandel's eyesight.
No, pass it here. Let me see.
No, I think it's just perhaps only for beautiful elf women.
Excuse me. Are we all forgetting a little something? You all hear kind of from the back.
Yeah. Right into the slow turn.
We are in mission mode. We have a destination that we need to be getting back to. I don't care about the any other day of the week. Any other day you get a hold of me and I go, oh, competition.
Remy, hear me out. If and when I win the pocket stage, we could draw targets to us anywhere. With my exceptional performances, we could bring the enemies to us. We wouldn't have to go searching all the time. Because no one can resist a Moss performance, obviously.
That is already the case without the pocket stage. I understand it is very cool and something that you would love a lot. And this Vandel here seems particularly interested in it as well. I get it. I do. But Dr. Ravna and the portals and everything, it is dire. You think we can take a detour to do a little competition, like hard? Suddenly, it's like smash cut to us at the competition. No,
Moss.
It's one song.
At the bottom, you see Moss as you're like kind of doing this. You see something that you know Remy might enjoy, which it flat out says all competitors will be fed for the day.
Remy, it's all you
Moss,
can eat.
I don't want to hear it. We need
Remy, it's food all day, free food.
We have to do this competition.
That's what I thought. I mean, that's what I've been saying. That's what you've been saying.
You need to win. You need to get this prize is too important. And of course, I will be your assistant.
Oh, of course you will be. Both you and Robin will be. Vandel, I suppose you can look at this, but and she flicks it at Vandel very disgustedly.
And I snatch it out of the air and take a look at it and go like, oh, just a local town thing, right? No real glory or glam out of it, eh?
Kellendale is particularly important, thank you.
This is not in Kellendale.
Not in Kellendale.
On the way to Kellendale, though, so it's outskirts of Kellendale.
I don't think, Vandel, you'd be so blasé about the competition if you thought you had a chance of winning, if I may be so bold as to say. I thank you. Vandel, I'm sorry, but I did mean it. I feel
totally fair, and you're right, Robin. Any sort of competition is an opportunity to spread word of glory, fame, reputation.
Moss and
Robin.
Sorry, I was continuing his list.
Yes.
Hi, hello.
Of course, Moss, absolutely. Well, I mean, she's already known far and wide here, so I mean, well, I guess that's just a little drop in the bucket. However, new talent, fresh face, Vandel Stormwind. That
Truly,
will be
why is
definitely
anyone going to
interesting.
care about a man with a slug on his face, honestly?
Oh,
When was the
actually,
last time you saw a man with a slug on his face?
Never. And actually, it does endear me to you quite a bit.
Haha.
Robin, whose side are you on here?
Yours, of course, but I can be on your side and endeared to him, can't I? I'm much more
Sure.
endeared to you, Moss. You're Moss the Magnificent. He's just some guy who fell out of the sky and has a slug on his face, which is very interesting. I'd love to hear more about
Have you
it.
tried taking it off? Just like
Oh.
yanking it.
Funny story about that. And he literally peels it off and he flicks it at you.
Oh
Oh
God!
God! Can I try to dive in front of that bullet? Moss doesn't need a slug. I fail too. I'm just gonna call it. Robin tries and fails. Moss gets
Can
hit by
I
a
pick
slug.
it
It's
up and feed
funnier.
it to Onion?
Sure.
What is going on?
And
Wait, actually, hold on. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm feeding it to Onion.
go for it.
What's about to happen?
I don't want to lose the slug.
Why does
okay.
Vandal seem so gung ho about this? It's all right. Everything's
Robin
fine.
really wants to keep that slug, but she'll just kind of watch with her face in her hands, I guess.
Rick, you have to tell us if that slug is a cop. You have
Oh,
to.
that's right. It's a bug I've now planted into your party. No, actually, as the slug is eaten and goes away, you see that another one just kind of regrows on his eyebrow.
Oh.
Wait, did it come back, or did a new one? Is it a new one?
I mean, I haven't, seen any sort of testing that says it's a, whether it's a duplicate or here, you want to inspect this one, and he rips that one off and he hands it to you.
Can I keep this if it'll let me?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
it's not
you.
a problem. And you see
And
that
then-
another one is starting to grow back on his eyebrow.
Does that not hurt?
I mean, it's a little bit, but it's all part of having, a bit of character, interest, intrigue. That's what people like.
I mean, I think in my instances, I have found that people also like, kindness and listening skills. Are you wincing and shaking your head? No.
Oh, no, I mean, you absolutely have to have like a good protagonist, but what makes a protagonist really good? It's, those antagonists, those character actors who
Are
really
you trying to
support
tell
the
me that
role.
is what you are?
I'm many things. I can be anything you want me to be, Remy.
Who
Oh
told you
my.
my name? Oh wait, it was me when I told you I was Remy
Yes.
Sure.
Hey, I have a question.
Yes, of course.
That egg I have.
Yes.
What's going on with that?
Sure. You pull out the egg, and as you look at it, you can see it feels heavier. You hold it up to the light, and as the light kind of pushes through, you can see that this is a fertilized egg, a double fertilized egg.
Onion, have you been gallivanting with roosters behind my back?
When would I be doing that?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Perhaps while I'm busy.
She talking to her chicken?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's speaking.
Wait, can we understand Onion?
Yeah.
Have I
Jesus
forgotten this?
Christ.
Wait, has this happened before?
Moss can choose each day what Onion can do. Some days she can speak, some days she
Okay.
can't.
So probably this has just happened, and maybe we
Oh,
haven't
okay.
played it out. But okay.
I mean, yes,
just-
she is talking to her chicken.
Okay.
And I talked to my
just-
dog, and you have a slug on your face.
I talked to
I'm
my
sorry, you
dog,
have a
too.
dog?
Like the
Yeah, we've got a couple of dogs between us. And...
Anyway, Moss, please continue talking to Anya.
Onion, if you haven't been gallivanting with roosters, how do you explain this?
That's been in your pocket.
I know, but
Have
What?
you been gallivanting with roosters?
Oh snap! Oh snap, Moss!
well, in a way, I suppose. I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
It's rude to ask questions about what cocks have been in and around a person.
Oh.
As Vandal says this, you start to come across the city, in which
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, everyone.
It's okay. We just got someone putting an ASCII penis in chat just now.
I
That just
saw
got in
that,
trouble.
You guys are rated R, right?
We are Paizo affiliated.
Okay, got it.
So as you move into the city, you can hear the sounds of hammering in the center of town. As you move towards that sound, you can see that there is in fact a booth where there is two people sitting there with paper in front of them, and it says singing competition signups.
Moss jumps out of the wagon, all questions of the egg forgotten, and like elbows her way to the front. And I'm here, do not fear.
Oh, hello. Yes, you're signing up for the competition.
Well, of course I am. I'm Moss the Magnificent. I'm sure you've heard of me.
Wonderful. Here's your paperwork for this. It is only 2 silver.
Oh, I have to pay
Yes,
to grace you with my presence.
it's a part of being able to be upon our lovely stage, and it allows us to pay for the city's infrastructure and making sure that everyone works. It's just kind of how we get things together. You just pay 2 silver, while it costs a gold for audience members to even come in and see you.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I mean, a gold to come see me is quite standard. I mean, usually it's a bit more, but I suppose today I'm feeling altruistic. In fact, I will give you 3 silver so that my companion here can eat as much as they want throughout the day.
That is
Is that-
me.
Is that
I am the
agreeable?
assistant.
No, I'm sorry. We only allow people to have free food and beverage on us that are actually competing. So,
Well,
if
they can
Remy
have
would like to,
mine.
if Remy, sorry, Remy, they don't know your name. If your friend would like to sign up for the competition, they can.
Can I just give them my food and drink?
No, because it's only people that are allowed backstage.
Yes, I will sign up. I will do it. Here's 2 silver.
Wonderful.
You will be fascinated and whisked away by the sound of my beautiful singing voice, everyone.
If I were to sign up, for backstage access and performance, and then just not perform, would people do that?
Yes, some people have gotten stage right for perform.
Is it okay if I tell you right now I'm just deciding I have stage fright and I'm not going to do it, but I'd like to sign up and I can hang out with my friends. I'm going to compete, but I'm just telling you right now, I'm probably not going to make it up. I would take out probably, short of an apocalyptic situation that only me going on stage and singing can solve, I will not be singing, but I would like to sign up, please.
She just kind of like tilts her head slightly sideways and then pushes the contract forward.
Yeah, I'll sign up.
So who's all signing? We got Robin, Remy, Moss, Vandel. What about you?
Absolutely, of course. More
So-
than willing.
You were all handed quill pens. Krug, I assume you're just like.
I was
"Nah,
gonna
I'll pay
say
the-"
I'm gravely offended that you didn't ask me, but I take it as a wonderful compliment that you didn't.
I know better. I know better. That's what it is. So you were all handed quill pens, and you all begin to sign. Moss, as you bring the pen down to the contract, you feel a force pushing the pen away from the contract.
What does it feel like?
It feels like honestly, it feels like, have you ever taken 2 magnets and tried to push them together it feels like that. Like if you try really hard, you'll be able to do it. But like for some reason, it's this weird feeling that you can't push the contract down.
Can I roll something to
Sure.
figure out what that's about?
Uh-huh.
Like what should I roll?
You can roll religion. Probably might be a good smart
Okay.
one.
I'll roll religion.
After this roll, I may have an out of character question, but I don't want to give Molly
Sure.
ideas.
These dice are really hard to read. That's a 13. 13 plus 9.
So 22.
Yeah.
The contract that you signed to Asmodeus just flashes in your memory, and you're like, there were a lot of like subcategories within that contract that you did not even remotely look at or read.
I no longer have a question, Jake. Thank you. I was like, didn't you sign a contract with the devil?
What is the issue here?
You would have to go back and look at that contract. You can still sign. You know that if you put enough force into it, you can still sign it. But you know that there's something there that is a little.
Is this taking some time?
Cookie.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is about?
What's about?
This whole I can't sign easily thing.
No idea. Are you afraid to get on stage? Like, I think you could do it. Like,
No. I think it has to do with that other thing that I signed.
Sorry, not meaning to laugh.
Yes, this is quite rude, actually.
So interesting. Okay, so you can sign this, but you can't sign it as Moss.
But why not?
Because all things that you do, all contracts are his. You're not allowed to sign any other side contracts other than his. But fun loophole is that if you're, I don't know, Psalm the Magnanimous,
Fantastic!
Yeah, Fran the Fantastic, yes. Fern, yes. God, I hated that voice. You're technically not Moss doing this, so.
Well, that's fine. I can just be Moss performing as Fern. It's a character practice. And with a flourish, she just draws a fern.
All right. You notice that Moss takes the longest to sign the contract, but she does sign it a little bit after everyone else. And they go, great. Now that you've all signed the contract, how it's going to work is each one of you will be performing directly as a duet with one other person, and you will be voted on, and each of you will be each round will be removed. So it's kind of like a have you ever seen any like sports balls where they like compete against each other and it narrows down to just two?
It's a bracket.
Yes, a bracket. That's what it is.
I went to college. I know these things.
A question.
Yes.
What would happen if my would-be partner didn't show up for our round? Would that be a disqualification for me, or an automatic moving on?
If the person that you were competing against didn't show up, then well, that person automatically wins and goes to the next level.
Oh, okay, cool, good to know. Good to know. Thank you.
All right.
There was mention of food.
Oh yes. Please, each of you, give me your wrists.
I do it.
Remy does it.
Yep. Hand out the wrist.
They put like a little band that like clamps onto your wrist, kind of. And it is like unremovable. Like it is a magical band. And, And they're like, great. All you have to do is show this, and you are free to have full access backstage the entire event.
Okay, thank you.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, the fact that I had to pay 2 silver to get free food and drink means that I just paid 2 silver to get some food and drink.
Yes, Remy, but it is unlimited.
Just make the most of it, babe. Eat yourself silly.
You don't have to tell me twice.
You have
Absolutely.
some sort of void in your belly there.
Remy, you smell the food already, and the competition doesn't start until tomorrow. But you smell a catering, and you're like, not as good as the Orc Town, but that smells good.
Oh, Vandal, you will not believe where we just came from. The best food I have ever had. So many different cultures all in one place. Remy starts like crying a little bit. It was
Robin also starts crying while they're talking. She
truly,
ruins it.
truly something very special. So this will be a step back for sure. For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Sure.
Sure and sure. But if you would like to join me in the eating and consuming of food and beverage,
Don't have to ask me twice.
can we I want to look at the person who's like running the competition stuff and be like, so are we welcome to be getting the food already since we are signed up, or do we have
Yes,
to wait
of-
till tomorrow?
Yes, of course. Go ahead and check out the stage. See how you might perform. Also, think of some songs or things that you might want to act. And in fact, you see people walking on the stage that is currently being constructed and built. There are
Yeah.
people that are like me, like performing.
Remy's just gonna like sit there listening to them for a second and go, huh, those are some pretty bad songs they're singing. I don't think they're going to make it very far. No, let's go eat, Vandal.
Right. Have you done much performing before?
Are you kidding me? I'm so good. I've performed my whole life. Let's eat.
Okay. I think I might have heard of Remy the Magnificent or something like that somewhere.
Are you serious?
Oh yes. No. It's ringing a bell. Like Moss, I'm not sure I've heard that one anywhere else before, but Remy's ringing a bell.
Remy, take him. Take him away. Remy,
Maybe
take him
it is because I am so strong.
Oh my gosh. Here, let me feel your arm,
Here.
if I may.
Yes, please.
Oh, and definitely going to give that a little squeeze and go, oh my goodness.
I saw a tree on the other side of town. I bet you would love to see Remy punch it, wouldn't he, Remy?
Well, no, we're going to eat, dear.
Well,
Yes, food first, tree later.
chop.
Food first, tree later, and then we can talk more about how you know me and don't know Moss for some reason. This has happened one time before.
You're so hungry, babe. Go eat now.
Well,
eat now.
I just want to
This was
say,
an you would see like red clouds over flames on the side of my face.
there is the one. This has happened one time, and we're gonna start walking away. But I'm gonna. You might be able to hear this. This happened one other time, Vandal. It was
Really?
we ran into this warrior woman and her tribe, Mia, and none of them knew who Moss the Magnificent was.
Okay.
And now
Do
we're
I
out of
hear
your
that?
Mia?
Do I hear that?
I don't know. Do you hear it?
I mean, I don't think Remy is trying to hide it, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, you're
Right,
free
yeah.
to.
Remy! We do not talk about me in this house!
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yeah, Mia probably but maybe not cheated with Moss's ex-boyfriend, and that is what's going on right now. So I'll tell you all about it over a turkey leg.
That sounds good. Maybe a turkey leg or two.
Oh, maybe the whole turkey.
Yes, I like your style.
I'm beginning to like your style, Vandal.
Vandal and Remy walk off to the food. Krug, you're kind of back because they're not allowing you to go.
Right.
there. What would you like to do, Krug?
I'm going to right before they leave to get into the backstage area that I don't have access to. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go and try and figure out what we're gonna do about Vandal. So if you guys need anything, just come look for me either in the audience, or maybe if there's a library in town, I'll be there, but I'm not even sure. And as I'm mumbling, I'm kind of walking off, and I'm gonna pull out my talkie box, and I'm gonna first thing call Dr. Ravna if I can.
Hello. Yes.
Hi, Dr. Ravna. Strange situation. You told us about those portals that were opening up and causing issues.
Yes. It's quite fascinating.
Yeah. So I'm kind of at a loss because we had a storm come through one. Sorry, that's not really what I meant to say. There's a storm wind. What was his first name? Vandel. Stormwind. It was just a performer. A performer with a slug on his face. He speaks common and seems like a reasonable person, if not a little manipulative, but it doesn't seem like a demon or anything that's gonna, cause some chaotic event like everything else you're describing coming through those portals. What should we do about that? Do you have any insight?
Well, the little bit of research that we've managed to get done here, it doesn't seem like it's always big monsters and demons and ghosts and goblins and demons, and it happens to seem like it's random. We even got a tree that came in, which was weird.
A tree?
Yes, just like an oak tree.
Not like a sentient thing, like literally
No,
just a plant.
It's just an oak tree. It came through the portal and landed straight down, and we decided to plant it. We didn't know what else to do. It just landed and was tipped over, and so we dug a hole and put it in the ground.
Is anything that's coming through stuff that you don't recognize? Because the Vandal doesn't seem to know any of the cities or people around here at all.
Well, we haven't been able to talk to anyone that has come through the portal, so
fair.
Everything that we've gotten through either goes or wants to eat us. So
Dr. Revenant, that was the strangest noise. Was that the talkie box being broken, or did you just make that sound?
No, that was my voice.
Did that hurt? Are you okay?
I'm perfectly fine, thank you.
I'm just making sure, man.
Yes, we did get the tree, but we didn't really talk to it. So I mean, if it's possible to get Vandel here, that would be most magnificent. We would be able to speak to him and be able to see where he came from, and we might be able to. This is actually wonderful news. We haven't yet gotten to speak to anything that has gotten through the portal.
We're working on getting Vandel over to you. Actually, I think we're taking a pit stop to. You know what? It's better I just don't tell you. Let's put it this way: we're taking a stop to make sure that Vandel isn't dangerous, and then we're going to bring him over after we're sure that he's not going to hurt anything.
I mean, if it's better, we can meet somewhere between. I mean, I could travel out there and maybe. I mean, it doesn't have to be here if we don't believe Vandel to be safe.
No. I'm fairly certain that we'll be able to confirm that Vandel's safe enough to bring into town or bring into the city. Dr. Revenant, to be 100% honest with you, that's an excuse. We're doing a singing competition. Sometimes I just have to humor Moss. Sometimes I just have to. Do you understand what I mean?
You get silence from the other end.
You know, if you there's no possible way that you are any more ashamed of me than I am of myself right now.
No, there's no shame. Just you know what? We all need our vices, right? We all need the things that relax us, and I imagine that what you all do on a daily basis is probably quite stressful. And I'll be honest, I may have found out a little bit about Moss and well, Scott and so, I get it. I understand.
Yep.
So
yep. And
like I said, I could come to you, or just it's fine. You know what? Let me know how the competition goes.
And just real quick, one more thing, if you don't mind. And I understand you might not know anything about this off the top of your head, but does the Throne of the Underworld, is that a real thing? Do you know anything about that?
The Throne of the
yeah, is that because I always figured that was some sort of like metaphor or something, but is that like an actual, like, is there like really a throne?
I mean,
I just heard something in passing recently and it got me thinking about it. And I just want to know if you know anything about it.
I mean, that is far from my expertise.
Yeah. Certainly. But I mean, you understand a lot about magic in general, and I figure if something like that existed, it would be magical in nature. So I don't know. Long shot, but worth a shot.
If you ever get a chance to beat up some demons, maybe before you punch them in the face the last time, you may ask them a question or two.
I'll write that down. Thank you very much, Doctor.
And as you hang up the phone, Krug, you in your head you go, I have access to a demon.
Yeah, but I the player understand that, but Krug.
No, but I'm saying Krug. It hits across Krug's head that he has access.
Krug doesn't want to ask Cloaky because Krug knows that Moss can hear Cloaky speak.
Okay.
After that, I'm gonna go around and look and see if I can find a library.
Okay. What is Robin doing?
And Moss. I'm looking for information on the bracket. Robin's gonna try to snoop, and I will sneak. I want to try to find like a records room or something where I can try to get an idea, try to figure out ahead of time who I'm up against in my first round, and then find them. That's my hope, is scope out competition.
Oh, well, there is like as you signed up, they like wrote your name on a little piece of paper and stuck it to the bracket that is like a big
okay, so
bracket
that is
behind.
available.
It is available information, yeah.
Cool. Then I'm going to, I guess I'm going to look for, I'm going to try to find the people who I'm up against and who Moss is up against. And as a possible tertiary goal, who Vandel is up against. But that's like priority. Yeah. And if anybody sees all of our names as they're being put up, they would not see Robin's name up there at any point. I can message you about that, Jake.
Sure. Well, you also go to look up there and you notice that Moss's name is not up there.
I like pull over whoever's been putting them up here. There's some kind of mistake. I think my friend Moss the Magnificent is not. Does that say Fern?
It does say Fern.
Never mind. You're in for a treat. So yeah, I'm gonna try to find the counterparts for Fern, I suppose, and myself.
Okay. You see a few names up there of who you're competing against. The name that Robin looks like is going to be competing against is someone named Roberta.
Roberta, okay.
And then as for Fern is competing against someone named Jocelyn the Third.
Let me write these down. Okay, so Roberta and Jocelyn the Third. Cool. And I suppose, since there is a person standing by here, any chance you could point me in the direction of one Roberta and a second Jocelyn the Third?
And they go, well, I'm pretty sure they're somewhere backstage, or it might be one of them on stage. Honestly, I'm terrible with names matching with faces. So.
Oh, understandable. I'm terrible with people, so I will be leaving you now. Thank you for your assistance. Enjoy the show.
You too. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you too. Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is just like I'm going to like try to blend in near performers and eavesdrop to try to hear people dropping their names and see if I can determine who these people are, as well as I suppose gathering information generally. So I think gathering information is a role, right?
Yes, it is. It's
Cool.
society.
Then society, you say. Oh well, let's do it. Come on, Robin, you've got this. That's guidance. If you didn't know. Okay, that's not great. And society is only a +3. You know what? Hero point. This is important to me. So 15 plus guidance, which is still +1. So yeah, 16 total.
Okay. 1 second. You go around and you start like trying to eavesdrop and trying to like maybe get a little bit of information from each person and trying to be like and you turn around and you're able to find both of them.
Okay. Could you I guess starting with Jocelyn the Third, do I think that Moss has any reason for concern?
They're not performing.
Sure. I guess like, are they warming up? Am I hearing?
No,
No?
I mean, tomorrow's the big day. So, and you see that Jocelyn the Third actually has a very large scarf around their neck.
You know what? Let's go talk to Jocelyn the Third. Robin's gonna go up, and I'm going to. So I haven't used this spell since the vampire arc, but I have a spell called what is it? It's the one where I can effectively just like change my age appearance between very young, my natural age, and very old. So I'm going to appear very old, and also I'll go for blue skin and brown hair, and approach Jocelyn III. Oh, hello there.
They like peer down over their scarf and just look at you and then go back to looking away from you.
Are you performing on tomorrow's eve?
Yes.
Well, that is good to hear. I was simply glancing over from afar, and you seem to be a individual of some talent. I have a nose for these things.
I'm sorry, I don't talk to people before the show. Please, autographs afterwards.
Oh, you misunderstand. I seek not an autograph. I only wished for maybe some companionship conversation. You don't speak to anyone until tomorrow's show.
They get up and start walking away from you.
Well, I'll be remembering this one, okay? And I guess I'll walk over to Roberta if they are around as well.
Roberta seems to be a small little girl.
Okay. Human?
Yep.
Okay, so most likely actually young. Okay, then in that case, I think Robin is too uncomfortable to talk to children, especially with any form of espionage. And I think she like sees that and is like, okay, understood. And I'm gonna go find the food, I think.
Okay. Yeah, and sure enough, you see Vandel and Remy chowing down. But before we go to that, I want to know what Moss is doing this whole time.
Moss has found the bar.
Okay.
And is not drinking excessively, but is sitting and kind of like posturing, like very much like she's the most important person there, and like quietly singing very well to herself, not so quietly, just to intimidate people.
Yeah, you proceed to like sing and go for a little while, and just sip away at a glass of wine or something. You kind of like look around and take a look at your other competitors, and you can see all of them are drinking either water or hot tea. None of them are partaking in alcohol.
I take great comfort in that because it means that I'm better than them even when I'm drinking.
Okay.
I know what happened.
So is there anything else anyone would like to specifically do today before the competition tomorrow?
Spend some time reading my orc book, but that's all.
I want to out eat Remy at the buffet table.
I was thinking I wanted to give that a shot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Do I get there in time to give Remy guidance, or is this going to take place before I show up?
I'm gonna say it starts before you get there, and
Cool.
Even after you get there, you're just like, I'm just gonna read my orc book.
Yeah.
You're like they're having.
Remy's
their
got
fun.
this. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so how we're gonna do this is we're each going to start with just a simple fortitude DC 10 check.
All right.
Level 4 spells. I just realized we have level 4 spells now, Molly. We have level 4 spells, Molly. We have level 4 spells.
My fortitude flat. I mean, I suppose I could crit miss.
Yeah, you can roll that one, which would take it from a success down to a failure.
Yep. So I end up with a 22.
Okay.
26.
Both of you critically succeed your check, and you devour the first plate of food. And you notice as Vandel starts to pick up speed, Remy starts to pick up speed. And while it wasn't a verbalized competition, you both kind of understand that this is now a competition.
Mm-hmm.
The second plate comes over and a man comes over, a little bit of a larger man comes over and he goes, you're enjoying the food. You've got to try this. And he just takes a big, huge, like spoonful of like what looks to be like potatoes, like mashed potatoes, and just plops it on both of your plates.
Of course, it looks delicious. I can't wait to try it.
And before both of you can go into it, he goes over and grabs 2 large chickens, like chicken legs, and throws them into the mashed potatoes, takes another spoon and covers both of them up with a drizzle of gravy. So the next DC, another Fortitude DC 15.
I will say that as you are watching Vandel eat, you're noticing that his jaw actually like kind of extends a bit to be taking in more food than would normally be possible.
Looking like Buzz Killington.
Yeah, so you're doing that, and then you're looking over at Remy, and you see like Remy has like razor sharp, like very perfect teeth, and as they see you like kind of I don't know, like unhinging your jaw or whatever, they have a big bushy beard that they now like roll up into a scroll like thing, so it's like it's completely out of the way, just like under their chin.
Nice.
And are getting into it. My second roll was a 24.
Mine was a 23.
Both of you only succeed this time. So as you move forward, each of you starting to feel the slight expansion of your stomach move a little bit, but it's fine. You're ready to go on for the next course, as it's kind of getting a little bit obvious that these 2 performers are competing against in eating. And the 2, someone comes over and immediately moves your plates out of the way as soon as you finish and put 2 large steaming ramen bowls. You can see that there is meat that is nicely layered with a half egg cut open with just enough runny, and the hot bowl itself is ready for you. And the 2 of you lock eyes with each other.
Now, please, after you.
Oh, how courteous. How could I possibly refuse? And he starts digging in.
Both of you roll me a Fortitude save, DC 20.
Natural 20, natural 20, natural 20.
Hey.
Natural 20.
Oh!
Oh my God. What the hell?
Oh.
Both of you, Remy, as you see Vandel pick up the bowl and start to just open his jaw and start to pour this bowl in, you get the fiery passion of you competition, and you pick up the bowl and just start kind of just like pouring it onto yourself. Both of you set your bowls down at the exact same time. You look in your own bowls, look into your competitors' bowls, and then look into each other's eyes, and you can see that you both finish at the exact same time. Everyone is now starting to like crowd around the 2 of you as you both critically succeed. None of you are going to take any sort of penalties. In fact, the food itself feels like it has actually kind of melted through and broken down a lot of the food that you had previously taken, the higher starched foods. And the chefs come out and immediately pull the bowls out, and in front of you drops an entire large plate of 6 sushi rolls.
Well, it is only fair that I am the one to go first this time.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Be my guest. And you can see that the Y scar on his forehead, it's starting to it's almost like it's flushing with like blood coursing through there. Like there's something going on with that as well.
Oh. Well,
now roll your next saves, DC 20 again.
26.
27.
Ooh. The 2 of you finish your bowl. You like go through and start devouring. You're not even using the utensils that you have been provided, but instead just downing it with your hands, competing, knowing that the 2 of you want to out-eat the other person. You just start hammering the food down and down and down. And you see that Vandel finishes just a moment before, as he takes a finger and takes the last grain of rice and just puts it on his tongue as you, Remy, finish the last thing of sushi. Looking at each other, they immediately clear the plates. You are all starting to feel real full right now. That last bit of rice really is starting to make each of you have just a little tiny bit of sweats, and you're just like, whew, okay.
Life is a competition, right, Remy? Let's give him a good performance.
I can only hope that you sing as well as you eat, my friend, for you will give Moss quite the thrill tomorrow.
Oh, you'll find out.
A large fish gets placed right in front of both of you. It's steaming from its heat. It's completely, literally was cooked, scales and all, and is placed right in front of all of you. And the two of you begin your next DC 25.
33.
Wow.
27.
That's my partner.
I rolled a 19.
Remy, you start to use a little bit of bone to start picking your teeth as you see Vandel finishing the last bits of his fish, placing it in his mouth. The two of you, your shirts are starting to get a little bit tight at this point. Your pants, oh man. Remy, you're starting to think maybe taking the armor off would have been a better idea.
Yeah.
And they look at you, and the crowd is just like, oh, like as you, like when you start eating, they really start cheering, and it, like, this is becoming a thing of its own, and people are starting to walk around and be like, all right, who placed your bets? Place your bets. Vandel, can we get a Vandel bets going on? Okay, who's got the Remy bets? All right, let's go.
I'm betting on Remy.
And they start taking coin in from every single person who's making these bets. The next round of food comes out, and it is a huge cake. Both of you get a sheet cake just slid right in front of you, as clearly they have ran out of main course meals and have moved on to the dessert section of something that they hadn't even planned. Like, you can tell that these were sheet cakes that were made for the other performers, and they would assume that this would have fed multiple, but they have cast away this entire idea and had placed these sheet cakes in front of you. We're moving to a DC 30 on this one.
Oh, I wish I'd have saved my 33 for this one.
Yeah, right?
Or that nat 20 both of us got.
Yeah. Blowing all of our good rolls on food competition.
All right. I got, hold on. The DC is 30.
Mm-hmm.
22.
22.
16.
Each of you just dig your hands in and shove this sheet cake, this vanilla sheet cake, into your mouths. Like, the icing starts to form around your faces as you continue to move forward. Remy, you're getting towards the end of it, and you can feel your stomach. And as you kind of start to become a little nauseated, you look up, and Vandel is like, his face is on the plate, literally just trying to move the food closer into his mouth. Both of you, while both of you technically failed, you finish your plates. Vandel, you're going to take a -2 to your saves. Vandel, you push the last bit of cake, and Remy, you are sitting there a little bit cross-eyed with this food, and they move the sheet cake out of the way.
Wait, no.
And instead they move 2 apple pies. And before either of you can even look up to each other to see what they happened, they put 3 giant scoops of vanilla ice cream on top of the pie, and it starts to melt. The hot pie melting the cold ice cream. The two of you kind of catch eyes to each other. What would you like to do?
I don't say this very often, but I think I might have bitten off more than I can chew.
My friend, if only you could feel the inner workings of my body at the moment. They are the most displeased with me.
And yet I feel so satisfied with what we've accomplished so far.
Well, we better take it all of the way, huh?
Yes, I'm willing if you are. And I hold up my fist for a fist bump.
Yes, 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 yes. You have no
Oh, you
idea
guys
how
do that.
often.
You guys do that here too. All right, great.
Well, yeah, no, yes, I fist bump, I high five, and nobody.
No.
It takes so long. Well, my wife high fives me, but it
That's right.
it takes so long for anybody else. All right, I'll do it. I'm doing it. Here I go.
All right, let's go.
DC 35.
I literally cannot get that. I need to
Yeah, I
quit.
can't even-
That's fine. That's fine because the thing is that a failure doesn't mean you don't finish. It just means you take longer. A critical failure is where you start to fail.
Yes. And we all know what happens when you fail to eat.
26.
26. I also got 26.
Oh my god.
So
both of you
both
use a
of
hero
you-
point.
Both of you fail, but do not critically fail. And Vandel, that is
Oh.
with your -2.
No, oh shit. No, I'm at 24.
Oh! That's a critical fail!
Remy finishes off the last little bits of food as Remy's head hits the pie tin with satisfaction, yet so full that they just do not want to continue on. And Vandel, looking at half of a pie left, looks down to take a bite and just, you can't. Vandel, if you take one more bite, the entire dinner is coming up.
Yeah, no, I submit to the greater gastronomer.
And the crowd screams and cheers as Remy has somehow won this random happenstance a moment of food just competition. And I think that is a wonderful button to take our break. So
Yeah.
we will be right back. I hope you are all enjoying this as much as I am. All right,
Hell
be right
yeah.
back.
Bye.
And that was when
Welcome
Drew
back.
peaked.
That was weird. Oh man, some of you did get to hear a little bit of stories because I hit the button to edit stuff. So got to hear about Vandel's little thing on his head. That was fun. So all of you see this out. Robin, I believe you were the one that got to you decided to bet on Remy.
Correct, I did.
So they were taking single silver bets. How much would you have bet?
What's the limit here?
I mean,
We're adventurers. We don't care about our money. We have
Yeah,
we're
I'm-
overflowing with
so
cash.
what the reason I'm saying this is
Sure.
it's not going to be something that's going to make you rich. And
Of
two,
course.
if the bet was so high, they would just be like, "No, we
I'll-
can't fill this." Like this
be
is like
honest.
this is like a bet amongst like just friends almost.
Sure.
Like so, you know,
Would 3 silver, my remaining silver, be out of the question? Would they?
That's fine.
Would they? Cool.
Yeah, that's
3
fine.
silver, all I've got.
okay,
Yeah, I try to think of like what's the
Oh, yeah.
equivalent of like $20.
yeah. Roll me a D8.
2.
2. You're going to get 6 silver.
Cool.
You rolled
Nice.
horribly.
Yep.
Wait, you are multiplying.
Yep.
Oh, you could have walked out with
More
16.
than that. That's fine.
24.
Hey, I paid for my entrance fee, and I'm
Yeah,
good
you
on
did.
that. Gonna keep reading my book right here in the corner.
So all of you kind of, finish off with your little events. Like little events. After the eating competition, you all kind of crash in for the night. The performance is providing any outsiders room and board at their local inn. Moss, you're already at that inn because that's where you were drinking. You
Yeah.
see Vandel and Remy walk in, both of them just kind of like holding their stomachs, really just not ready to eat or do anything else.
What have you two been up to?
We are spreading the legend of the rapacious Remy, The bottomless pit.
Yes, I mean, I don't know how far it will go, but I think I might be giving you a run for your money, Mostly Magnificent, and people knowing who I am. Doing some pretty legendary things today. Goes in for a fist bump.
That's very cute, Remy. And Moss like does this over their fist.
You see what I mean? Do you see what I'm talking about?
No, I absolutely see what you mean.
Excuse me?
Oh, nothing, Moss. Nothing, Moss. It's a thing. It's between me and Vandal,
It's an inside joke. It's fine.
You're just thick as thieves now. I see where your loyalties lie.
Well, we're definitely thick.
Robin's gonna walk in, still reading her book, and just like walk up to the bar and sit down with it still in front of her. You doing all right, Moss? Feeling better at the inn?
Oh, of course. I mean, I've been having people come up to me for autographs all night. That has not happened at all. But,
You should know your competition tomorrow also seemed very ready to be asked for an autograph. Though I promise it was not what I was doing at all. It was not.
No, I'm sure that they were, but do you know who they were?
You know what? Let me roll society actually, Jake. But it felt like I didn't. 14
for society on
yeah
what
on the third Jamiroquai the third.
As you kind of like look or you're trying to like figure it out
Dawson, right?
and ask around, no one's ever heard of this person.
Yeah, no, neither had I or anyone else, honestly. So you're probably fine. Just letting you know that they honestly they were pompous, I guess is the word. They were very snooty. Snooty is another one I might think of.
Well, usually people who are not actually talented act that way.
Oh my god. If anyone else had said that in earshot of Moss.
No, you're quite right. Very true, very true. Well, I'm very excited to skip out on my whole competition tomorrow, so that's
Is Vandal nearby?
Yeah, you can be around.
I would lean over to Robin and be like, sometimes the best performance you can give is just standing up and giving your best shot.
I appreciate that, Vandal. I really do. I will not be performing because I do not want to. But thank you.
Robin, no. See, and like Remy's like kind of clamoring towards you a little bit. No, see, Vandal and I were talking before about your stage fright and your thing with crowds and like people in general. But you have so much talent pocketed inside of you. I mean, I'm going to be doing a little bit of singing. Vandal's going to be doing a little bit of singing. Most of Magnificent to be a little bit of singing. This isn't a village it's a city of people we've never met before. This is your chance to really show for us.
Listen, the support really means a lot. And I love you, babe. That was for Remy Vandal. I like you fine. You seem very nice, honestly. But listen, I appreciate it. I would like to, but I can't, and
I've heard you.
I won't.
I've heard you sing your little, the nursery rhymes and the druid, songs and the songs of the forest and everything. And you and I, we do the goblin songs all the time, the old goblin songs.
I mean, it's not like I don't know songs. I mean, it's one thing, babe, singing, in the hammock or on the caravan. Even it's quite another in front of, as you said, strangers. I mean, yes. This could be an opportunity to impress them, but I don't know. Honestly, if my choices are between indifference, being impressed, and being angry with me, it's like indifference kind of is far supersedes the other two, and they're kind of tied. I'd rather people not notice me than have an opinion.
Well, all I'm going to say is you are she who turned into a shark, who fought the giant squid. You are she who assisted in the freedom of a ship full of frogs. You are she who took care of the darkness down below and brought the druids back to the light. There is so much you can do. You have a song inside of you. and I think that everyone here should hear it. I'm going to go lie down because I'm
let me
very
walk
full.
you to bed, babe.
Okay.
We can talk.
Does have a point here, though, Robin. I think that you could just get on stage and just turn into different animals, and that would delight the audience.
I have an idea.
Bear, like go like rah rah.
I have an idea. Is it actually standing in front of people, seeing their faces? That's the problem?
Or just thinking about the fact that they're there. It's really, I suppose, an internal mental struggle.
What about if we do a bit of shadow play? We set up a masking in front of you, and we can light you from behind, and you won't be able to see them, and you'll have the comfort of just being able to sing almost to yourself.
Let's talk about this, Vandel. I'm going to tuck good Remy in here so they might take a nap. But could we maybe discuss this idea
Absolutely.
later this evening? I don't hate where your head is at. It sounds very crafty and magical and honestly fun.
I want to be in on this, please.
Of course. And never without you, Moss. Never without you.
That's what I like to hear. Thank you, Robin.
Robin, roll me a perception check.
Nat 20 plus 15.
Whoa.
So,
oh my god.
as you are starting to walk Remy back to up to your room, something catches your eye, and just like barely in the corner of your eye, and you quickly turn, and nothing's there. And you're like, that's really weird. And as you continue to walk up the stairs, you get a waft of a cologne that you haven't smelt in a very, very long time. And it immediately hits you. You're like, Father?
That's what I was worried about. Remy. I'm singing like very quietly, as quiet as I can.
Yes, what day is it?
Is your nose active at the moment?
Oh, my nose is always active.
Do you smell anything familiar that maybe may anger you? Do you feel anything from smelling at this time?
And Remy's gonna clock like how kind of quiet, and then saying like smelling something that might anger you, and is like in a rare form of like actually paying attention to a situation, is going to kind of quiet down a touch.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose here, let me give a sniff. And Remy's gonna go for a sniff. I'll just do a little perception here.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be 24.
You do not smell a thing.
I don't smell anything, aside from
good. Okay.
the food smell coming out of my mouth.
Okay, no, that's good then. I thought the dog scare or Dogorno had gotten in up here and relieved themselves, but you would definitely notice that.
Oh yes, no, I would notice that. Okay. Also, I can ask Dogorno if.
Sure, I'll ask dog scare. Yeah, of course, babe.
Well, I can actually.
Let's tuck you in.
Okay.
And Robin, you tuck Remy in, and the feeling that you got, that smell, the sight that was in the corner of your eye, you're starting to think, no, there's no way. How would he know I'm here? Like, you didn't even use your real name. There's no way that he's here. It's probably just anxiety. It's probably just the fact that you're even talking about getting up on stage and performing for people, and the fact that, as a little girl, you were and being in high society, you were always on a stage of some sort. You were always
I think often singing for sure. Perhaps the last time singing on a stage would have been when I was a kid with my dad. So
like this whole entire thing is bringing a level of anxiety that you're not sure if this is leading on to this, or if your father's really here.
God, I think that I'm gonna Robin's gonna have a hard time sleeping, knowing that there's even a chance that he's nearby, and also just being shaken up by it. So I think I want to just like do rounds with Dogskay of the city and see if I can find either my father or someone who smells like him, and then get to bed a little late.
Okay. Roll me 3 performance checks. I'm going to say by you doing that, are you going to sneak out past Vandal and Moss since Vandal is waiting for you?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I think I would want to resolve this first, and after the search, I would go back to Vandal. So I'll try to sneak past them so as to not seem rude, which is ruder,
Sure.
honestly. So stealth first, I assume.
Yep.
Cool. That's a 9. I'll take it. 9 plus. I think my stealth is. Oh, it's 10. That's right. So 19.
So let's see, Vandal. Vandal, you see this. Moss, what was your total again?
19.
Moss, you also see this. You see Robin sneak out, like come downstairs and try to sneak out the side. Moss, you don't catch it until the last moment. Vandal, you see this, but you're not really sure if you should do anything about it.
I would absolutely be like, business is their own. I'm just going to perform like I don't see that.
Sure.
Moss
Cool.
is the same because Robin is her best friend, so she's just going to be like, well, if Robin is doing something, it's probably for a good reason. So, not knowing that Vandal saw it, she's, Vandal, would you like to
Yes.
share a drink with me?
Absolutely.
Drinking competition. Drinking.
Jesus Christ.
Krug, by the way, you know that this is the inn that everyone is staying at. So you're more than welcome to be here if you would like.
Did I find a library?
Oh yeah.
So
What a nerd.
I
you go
don't.
around.
I'm not looking for like the Aurori 17 story. I'm just anything with any books.
So actually, with this place, the only library-esque thing that you find is actually a school, but the school's closed. This is the weekend, basically. So like you could go in and go through their books, but you know that whatever books that they have is not going to be helpful in any means.
Yeah. Well,
if you're looking for religious texts, there are some temples here that you can go and see if they would allow you to look through things, but it's a pretty small town.
Sure. I mean, I guess I probably would have done that with the remainder of last night, but I wouldn't have stayed at any of the temples past or done anything weird. So yeah, I think I am here for this then.
Okay. So yeah, I would say that Krug, you shortly after Robin leaves, you don't notice this, and you walk in and see Moss and Vandals at the bar. Don't see Remy, and you don't see Robin.
I'm gonna walk up behind them. Everything all right here? Y'all aren't fighting, are you?
They both have a very large glass of liquor in front of them.
All right, I can get behind that, and I sit down with them, and I grab a very large glass of my own.
So I have to ask. I mean, this has been fun and all, but at some point I'm going to have to get back to where I'm from.
Right. I did actually talk to someone we know, a Dr. Ravna. Of course, you will never have heard that name now that I think about it.
No.
What we think we should be doing is introducing the two of you, letting you talk to Dr. Ravna, which would hopefully help them understand, one, where you're from and how to get you back there, but two, how to stop the whole nonsense of random objects and individuals coming here, right? We can kill two birds with one stone, hopefully.
Yes, it would be quite lovely to get you back to the place where you are famous, where you are well known. Not
Right? Wouldn't you agree that it is nice to be in a place where people know your name and
Oh yes,
Yeah.
and not very much.
No,
Yeah.
not even a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. That you're
Krug, you
okay
are
with
missing
that,
out, I will say.
right? Well, I don't know about that. You're okay with that, right? That doesn't make you uncomfortable or anything. Like, are you okay with just trusting that this person's gonna do things in your best interest? Because I just want to make sure you don't have any questions or concerns or anything like that.
I'm a bit at your mercy. I don't know anyone here except for you fine folk, and you seem nice enough, and trust must be extended when you are the one in need.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. All right.
I did go to college,
Oh wow, you said that already.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's true.
Krug buries his face in his drink. He's just like, oh no.
Interesting fact. While at college, I happened to be part of our school's drinking team.
What is a drinking team?
Oh, a drinking team. It's this wonderful tradition where you go out to places and you challenge, rival colleges or, the local miscreants into a competition of sorts.
While I would usually be quite keen for such a thing, I do have to perform tomorrow, so I cannot drink too much, but I will drink a bit with you. I did just go through a very traumatic breakup, so I think that drowning myself in alcohol is perfectly acceptable at the moment.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, there's little better for getting over a broken heart than having a little bit of alcohol to numb the pain, maybe forget a little while, and be with friends who can, help you focus on the good times.
Is Vandel trying to get into Moss's pants right now? This is completely out of character.
I was thinking the same thing over here. I was like, hey, wait a minute.
He is a bard.
Look, you don't need to explain any more to me. I just was asking the question.
I do want to know, Rick. Is Vandel hot?
He was handsome at one point.
Okay. Sure. Cool.
Jake, I'm glad you brought that up.
He's got a 19 charisma. He was an attractive man at one point.
For sure.
But he's cut some deals that have cut him back.
I was genuinely going to ask the same thing about Krug, but I didn't think I was going to be able to.
Krug getting into Moss's pants?
No, Vandel getting into Krug's pants.
Vandel is a bard.
Have a limit? Is he is Vandel scoping out the married couple here as well?
The best.
Is this going to be a whole group thing?
We need to have a conversation about this.
It's called a team building exercise.
This is how we do it where I'm from. I went to college. I would know.
Yeah.
Vandel's like, have you heard of a thing called co-ed dorms?
So Moss, you kind of get the implication that Vandel is encouraging you to drink, and maybe while you do not want to compete with him, you definitely get the feeling that he's like, we should see who can drink more.
Yeah, well, Moss also knows that he's probably doing that to destroy the competition, so she's playing it safe. When Vandel isn't paying attention, she's going to slip the bartender like a couple coins, and like with a little scribble on a napkin that says like "cut my drinks with water."
Okay. Unless anyone would like to do anything else tonight, I can say that we can go and solve Robin's roles for her looking around.
Yes.
But other than that, we can all go to sleep. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then pick up next week, right? No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So I rolled earlier. I rolled a 12.
Okay.
I'll give you the total. So I rolled a. Am I doing perception, survival?
Perception.
Perception? Cool. So 27 for the first roll total.
Okay.
Then I rolled a 1, so I used a second hero point. You should know that, Jake. And I rolled a 2 for a total of 17, and then I rolled another 1 for a total of 16. So that is 27, 16, 15.
So as you go around, you feel like you've made a good effort looking and trying to see anyone, but you're getting no implications that your father's here. You're starting to now doubt yourself, and you're starting to think this is probably a sign of anxiety. This is not he's not here,
Cool.
And then you head back in, and by the time that you've made your rounds and you come back in, you can see that everyone has gone off to bed.
Cool. I think that how early is the competition in the day?
Oh, I think it starts around like noon.
Okay. I I think Robin is going to, on her way to bed, just like write down a couple of parchments and slip one. Would we all have our own rooms, or are we sharing? Okay.
I think you and Remy probably have.
Of course, yeah. I'm gonna slip a note under Vandel's door and Moss's door, both that say, "Do your thing. I trust you," just in case. And then I'm going to go to bed.
When the two of you wake up, you receive those notes. As cryptid as they might be, some of you might know what that means, others may not. But that's the note that both of you get.
Do your thing. I trust you, just in case.
I have no idea what it means.
So
sounds like it's an open marriage. I don't know. Definitely going to be like, aha, so my theatrics can absolutely come into play.
Out of character, I will let you know that is the intention, but in character, I will not.
So, Vandel, you're first up. You're first up out of the four of you, I should say. As the competition starts at noon, you all probably mosey in, as most people aren't really paying attention to the first couple of rounds, that they're more going toward, they really want, like, it's an all-day event that leads to the final competition. But so like the early off ones, first round people, maybe they're milling about, but as it goes on, you see more and more people. Vandel, you're the first of the four of you up. And you see that there is a gentleman, a thespian, who is in a very nice regalia that is standing off stage. And he looks at you and goes, you must be Vandel, I believe it was.
Yes, Vandel Stormwind. And you are?
The person that's about to go out there and destroy you.
Oh, all right. Let's see how that goes for you. I mean, be a bit of a blow to me. Are you my competition for this first duet?
Is it really competition when someone like myself is going off with a... What are you? Are you a flesh warp or something? Because the slug and the scar and the
flesh
whatever
warp? No, I'm a bard, a adventurer, a master of tales and legends that I've lived myself and others have gone on before me. I'm here to regale, entice, entrance, and entertain.
Anyways, I believe we're up. And he starts to walk on stage as maybe 15 people are like...
I'm in the audience clapping the loudest. I will roll for that if you want.
Robin's also clapping. Robin makes a very big show of being in the audience and making sure that especially her friends, her party here, know that she is in the audience watching during all of this.
Okay. So I am going to roll for the competitor. So you, Vandel, are going to roll me a performance check against my performance check. If you would like to do anything else other than a simple performance, it's just going to be a best of 2 out of 3 who wins. Unless there's something else you would like to do.
I would love to, as part of my song, cast the spell Ghost Sounds. That makes an auditory illusion, not distinguishable as actual words, but more as a feeling and tone. And I would love to make it sound like the audience is praising me and trashing this piece of garbage.
I will give you a +2 to your roll for that.
That is a natural 1.
You do have a hero point.
You do have a hero point, but you don't need to use it if you don't want to.
What does a hero point do?
It allows you to make a reroll.
Oh, I'm totally going to do that.
Well, just throwing
You
us
only
out
have one.
A hero point also allows you to not die. Like if you... so it has that kind of value. But also you get a new one every session. So that's the decision you have to make.
Use it.
I know,
Do
performance is
Do
life.
Don't go down like that. Don't go down with the natural one.
Yeah. No. There we go. So performance. Oh, those are big numbers. Totally didn't bring up a calculator for that. 38.
Okay. And is that with your +2?
Yes.
Okay. You critically succeed against their roll, which means that you automatically are going to take 2 successes from this. So they go out and they come out and they perform admirably. They go out and they perform a very somber song of living a life of being poor, and you come out and just blow them out of the water. Remy and Krug, since the two of you decided, not Remy, Robin and Krug, since the two of you decided that you wanted to be in the audience, the two of you see this and it's fucking phenomenal. Vandel is amazing. Also, Kay Cunning has decided to donate 100 bits, which gives Vandel another hero point.
Nice.
Thank you.
Go, Vandel. Go, Vandel. Go, Vandel. Go.
And yeah, so you get 2 successes and immediately blow them out of the water. Up next on the deck is Robin. Robin, do you show up?
Would Robin know that she was next after Vandel?
Yes.
I think that towards the end of that performance, Robin just starts like I'll probably want to roll performance for this. Makes a big show of like seeming ill, seeming not well, and is gonna turn to Krug and be like, Krug, could you save my seat in case I come back? I need to run to the loo for a moment. I'm feeling a little troubled inside.
I'm gonna go ahead and sense motive on that.
Yeah, I guess to roll deception then, because this is.
I'm pretty sure I know Robin well enough to know what this could very well be.
Yeah. What, a lie? 9 for deception.
Jesus, that's really bad. I have to.
Yeah, I'm not a liar.
One. I got a 19, so that's 19 plus 17.
Whoa.
So yeah, you easily can tell that Robin is lying. Like,
I can watch your seat, but is there anything else that you need?
No, just oh god, I guess remember me in case I die on the way back. I'm feeling really bad. I hope I'm back for the next performance. I hope I don't miss it.
Would I
anyway,
know that Robin's next? Is there like a pamphlet? Okay, cool.
Cool. And Robin's gonna run off. I would say at this point, fairly suspiciously.
Sure.
And someone comes out onto stage with a like a note, like a little piece of paper, and goes, so we're gonna have to swap things around. Apparently, we cannot find what is this name? Tourthea. If there's a Tourthea out here, please come out. Thank you. But we're gonna just go ahead and
walk after Robin.
Like we're gonna go ahead and go to the next performance. You've got 5 minutes to show up, Tourthea. Thank you. And they walk off, and Remy is up against their competitor. Remy, do you show up?
Yes.
Remy, you still feel a little full from last night. Vandel, you feel fine. You feel wonderful. You feel good. But Remy, you're like, oh man, I am looking forward to the bathroom. Remy, you come out and there is a woman there who is adorned in a white flowy dress, and she sees you and goes, oh, hello. What is your name?
My name is Remy Ashwillow. I am the goblin singer.
Well, hello. A goblin singer. I know goblins are known for their singing. They're normally singing in groups, don't they?
Yes, no, I mean, it is because we all have such horrible voices. It is better for us to sing together.
Oh, I did not know that. Well, my name is Monica, and I look forward to performing with you.
Monica, you are my duet partner, enemy.
Yep.
Very cool. I just, Remy leans in. I want you to know, I've never sung professionally or anything, so this can go one of two ways. I could surprise the both of us and have a beautiful voice and really crush it and make you feel bad, or you could just wipe the floor with me. But either way, I want you to know that you're probably still a good singer, and it was a fluke if I beat you. Just so you know.
Thank you. Well, I look forward to seeing you out on stage. And the person that had walked out and says, all right, well, if you two are ready, let's go ahead and have the two of you come up.
Okay, you know what? No time like the present. Isn't that right, Monica?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So the two of you go out and let's see our performances.
Go Remy!
So do I don't have any penalties or anything, do I?
Nope.
For being okay.
Mm-mm.
So just a flat roll plus my performance would be 26.
She got a 7.
Oh no, she choked. She choked.
So what did you get? A 20 what?
A 26.
Yeah. So that is definitely 2 above, and that is going to be 2 successes. So she flounders and starts to cry and runs off stage.
Remy's gonna do the same. Remy's gonna cry and run off stage as well.
Oh my.
And the person that originally came out says, okay, so it looks like Turathena could not make it. So, or whatever. They didn't make it. So,
Turithia has checked in. Sorry, I did DM you because I didn't want to break a scene.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So like he walks out, and as he starts to say that, you hear
a lightning strike. I think as he says that. And the sounds of rain starting. If that's cool.
Sure. You, you, Torthia.
So they're saying this to the sounds of rain. Is the competitor on stage right now?
No, they're off stage.
Cool. Yeah. I think it's just like the sounds of the beginnings of a storm are coming in.
And they're like, all right, well, let's have a great show. And he like walks off stage. And the little girl walks out on stage and she starts to sing. What is Robin doing?
So here's what I would like to do. Is as soon as Roberta starts singing, I want to use. Oh, can I? No, that's right. It doesn't do what I want it to do. I'm going to let the kids start and get a little bit into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to cast the 4th level spell Hallucinary Terrain, which creates an illusion that causes natural terrain to look, sound, feel, and smell like a different kind of terrain. This doesn't disguise any structures or creatures in the area. Could I turn... It's a 50-foot burst. Could I turn this stage area into an ocean? A sea? Is that a terrain?
To look like it, yeah.
Sure. So I mean, it is hopefully clear to people, though it may be like the first time that movie with the train happened in real life. Maybe people freak out for a second, but the ground becomes water, and then I would like to cast the 4th level spell, also Airwalk, and over the kid as this water is coming, a like just over 3 foot tall with long curly brown hair. Creature, you can't tell they're humanoid for sure, but wearing this like blue kind of wintry floofy coat that goes down to their ankles, and they're wearing a wooden painted mask that has an opening for the mouth and then like little holes for the eyes, but you can't really see eyes through them. And they're going to start singing in honestly, I think they're going to try to sing in Orcish and put some recent Orcish training to the test.
All right, roll it with a +2 because you used a spell.
Can I add on to that? I would love to cast the spell Ventriloquism to add a chorus behind them.
Well, but here's the thing: is you don't know that this is Robin.
Can I make a perception check to see if I can tell?
You can. It's going to be tough because she's wearing a mask and she has different hair and different skin color.
Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like anyone else might be more likely to know that it's her by like the sound of her voice or knowing she's been learning Orcish, but I don't know that you actually know that yet. So hopefully there's a second round where I
I don't
can
know.
deny that this was me, and you can boost up that performance.
I know what they rolled, so
Yeah. So I'm using guidance on this naturally. And that is going to be 12 plus performance. So 23 plus the 2 is 25. Plus the 1 is 26.
So they got a 22 with their singing.
Woo!
Eat shit, kid.
So this is one success. Now everyone else is critically succeeded, which means it was 2. So you continue on as the effects of your spell continues, but everyone has gotten used to this, right?
Well,
So
they're not used to be walking straight over the crowd, are they? Walking over them, looking down, singing into their eyes.
but it's still you used both spells last time, and so
no +2 on
yeah,
this,
no +2 this time.
It's kind of a spiritual +2. So
all right, so unless you'd like to do something else new, it's just going to be another performance.
Is Robin inventing the masked singer right now?
she is a masked singer. Okay.
All right, what do you got?
17 plus performance for a total of 28.
And I got a 10.
That's a crit.
And that puts it as 3 successes over the competition. And again, the crowd roars as Turathena succeeds at this thing.
And at this point, I have descended at a 45-degree angle. Is there a ceiling or is this outdoors?
This is outdoors.
Outdoors, cool. Then
looks like William White has left the chat, which means we do not hear Jonas or William's audio anymore. So I think the other computer either went to sleep or something that has the audio.
That's a pretty apt observation there.
Yep. So we'll come back to what happened with them. Moss, you've seen these performances, or at least heard these performances happening.
Yes.
It is your turn to have this competition.
Oh my.
So why don't your person comes out and takes the scarf off of their neck, wrapping it off of their neck, and sets it down on the stage and goes, and what are you supposed to be?
Oh, darling, you can't even perceive what I am. And Moss flourishes in front of Jocelyn, right? And addresses the audience, and she has prestidigitation going around her, so it's sparkles and everything, and her robes are flowing in an invisible wind, and she says, "Hello, I am Moss the Magnificent. You all know me, but because you all know me, I've decided to perform something special for you today. A different character, Moss the Magnificent, performing as Fern the Fantastic. Hello, my name is Fern, and today I'm going to be performing A Bushel and a Peck, which is a classic folk song that I know from childhood." And she steps on Jocelyn's skirt on accident and starts singing, "I love you, a bushel and a peck, a bushel and a peck, and a hog around the neck, and a barrel and a heap, and I'm talking in my sleep about you. And then she pulls Onion out of her bag, and Onion flies around her because she's enchanted her, and says, "The cows and chickens are going to the Dickens because I love you, a bushel and a peck. You bet your pretty neck I do. I do, Goodbye now."
Roll your performance with a +2.
Oh shit, 19 plus 2 plus 12. So 31.
31. They got a 20 total.
Suck it, Jocelyn.
Also, your performance is a 13, by the way, now. I know I need to send you your new character.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Then it's more. It's 33.
Yeah. Yeah, you blow Jocelyn out of the water as they just snuff their nose up and goes, You all would never know a real true theater performance if it bit you on the tuchus and walks off. I believe Jonas and William are back.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we're back. Yeah,
Okay.
William's laptop died, but we got it.
Yeah, we were like, oh, we know what happened. We know William's computer just died.
There was a bit right after I won
Yep.
that I couldn't hear. Did I miss anything?
It was me explaining to you that that your audio went out.
Cool.
Yeah, I basically, you blew them out of the water. I assume you go off stage in a manner, and are you gonna come back uncostumed out back to see Krug, or
I'm gonna come up in costume and say, "Hey, Krug." Oh no, yeah, I'm gonna change back out and come back, and I'm gonna again try to just look like I was very sick, and returning, and just kind of come back, sit down next to Krug.
So, Krug, you see Robin come back, and Vandel, you're sitting with Krug as Moss is performing. Remy, I assume you're out in the crowd as well.
Yeah.
So you all see Robin come back a little disheveled, but is good.
I feel so much better. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, it was a really, really loud lightning bolt. Really just deafening. It was insane. You would have very much appreciated it.
Yeah, I would have liked that. I mean,
looking,
not that I can't make
characteristically staring you down really hard, and then I go back to what I was doing, which is cheering very loudly.
It was an excellent performance, very atmospheric and primal. It was truly moving.
Oh wow! Well, did they win at least? Hopefully, I can see the next one.
No, they easily passed. I felt bad for the little girl if she weren't such a snot.
Oh, well, kids will be kids.
Yeah, babe, you would have loved this. There was lightning, there was rain, there was, the stage turned into an ocean.
Wow.
Walking all around. It was like the performance made just for you. I'm so sad you missed it.
Well, I hope they do a reprise or something like it later, because I would like to not miss that. I mean, I didn't want to miss this one. I love the performing arts, but I don't know. I think I must not be used to the cuisines around here.
So as you continue to have this conversation, there are maybe 3 or 4 other competitions. Some of them phenomenal. Some of them you're aware that they probably just wanted the cheap 2 silver for food and drink all day. And like very much like you very much see people are literally like, and they're just like, what? And this goes on for about an hour or so with a little bit of breaks in between. And you all see the next tier of competition coming up. Remy, you see that you're placed against Moss.
Okay.
Good times.
Both Robin, I'm sorry, not Robin, Torthea and Vandel are placed against 2 other strangers.
Cool.
Let's go ahead and do Vandel's second performance first.
Okay. Having seen that the bar was raised significantly from the last one, realizing that like, oh, there's some actual competition here today. That's nice. Too bad. And he's going to scope out the competition. Who is this other person?
This other person, you actually managed to see their performance. They are one of the people that actually made an effort. Well, didn't use any sort of magical theatrics or anything wild. They just came up and performed very adamantly and very, very calmly and performed opera.
Opera, huh? All right, let's see what we can work with that. And he's going to reach back into his theatrics lore and see if he can come up with a competitive opera piece that would like counter the piece that was done earlier.
Okay, roll me that theatrics lore.
That would be a 21.
21. Yeah, you can easily pull from your backlog of knowledge.
Okay. So having like divined like a good piece to actually like kind of counter that first number that they did, I'm going to make sure that I'm using dancing lights to highlight like good lighting for face and give me good dramatic shadowing and whatnot to just really drive home the like theater of this piece to give it the full emotion that it deserves.
Okay. I will say with both of those, you can get a +2 for both of those things that you've done. So you're going to take a +4 to this performance roll.
Okay. $38.
What?
I rolled a 4.
Wow. I'm just overcompensating at this point.
38?
Yeah.
This person dies.
The psychic backlash from this just crumbles their spirits.
As the two begin to sing back and forth from each other, she immediately sees that she's outclassed and starts to back up and starts to almost choir into your song. And she adjusts and moves herself, which in itself shows that she has talent. But, you know, she turns around and goes and very much bows out and understands that she is being outmatched.
Mhm.
I take my gracious bows, but I don't give her any.
That brings us to Remy and Moss. Both of the two of you are off to the side of the stage as the annoyed person who seemed to have just walked around with a clipboard is replaced by quite a flamboyant and an excitable gentleman in a suit. And he goes, all right, the two of you both ready for the next round?
I was born ready.
Do you mind if we have a moment just for a second?
You got 3 minutes. I'm going outside and going to be doing a little bit of a speech. So you got 3 minutes. I'm calling you in. And he immediately walks off stage and opens his arms out and starts to talk to the crowd and do a little bit of performance himself, not of singing, but of word. And anyone that is paying any attention can tell that this is a trained linguist, right? They're out there, they're a wordsmith, and they're getting the crowd excited and talking about the last performances and talking about, oh, did you all see that? The rain and the water. This year's competition is moving to the next level. This is amazing. We have literally some of the top-notch performers in the land here. This is what, and he's kind of getting the crowd excited. And those of you that are in the crowd can see that more and more people are starting to fill up and get excited as people start to drink and start to eat and have a good time. Moss and Remy, you are almost in a bubble of silence as the two of you are off stage, understanding that you're about to compete against each other.
Moss the Magnificent, I fluked out of my last round, and there is a fear in me, no matter how good you are, that could happen again. Above anything else, I feel like this is the moment that could really tarnish yours and my relationship. I just want to make sure that no matter what happens, we are good, everything is fine.
Remy, with all due respect, there's no way you're going to beat me. But if you do, then I'm sure that it was rigged and I will forgive you.
Fair enough.
And the person that looked annoyed with the clipboard says, oh, all right, coming in, and starts like giving you guys a countdown, going, all right, you need to be on stage in 5, 4, 3, 2, and like points you all out to go out on stage.
And just the final moment, Remy's gonna like grab Moss's wrist and like look up at her and go, hey, give it everything you got.
I always do, my friend.
And Remy goes out.
All right. Unless any of you are doing something special, go ahead and roll me your performances. Also, just to put fire out there, Kay Cunning has given Remy specifically a hero point.
Oh shit. At some point during the performance, Robin would like to, while still appearing kind of ill, rush the stage, quote unquote, to go support Remy, and in doing that, try to disappear into the crowd. So
yeah,
that
because
Krug doesn't see
Robin's
where I
up
go.
next. Yeah,
I figured, yeah. So
Oh,
Listen,
Do I see where I'm definitely keeping track after
I'll roll a
after
stealth
that
on that.
last thing.
yeah.
no lie, I rolled a 20.
Ooh,
A natural 20?
Yes.
damn, that's
Also,
good.
that's the shiniest dice I've ever seen ever.
I know, they're Moss dice. I got these specifically for Moss. Look.
Bling bling.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Well, here's the thing. Now, I rolled your performance. You what do you have, like a 14 for performance?
13.
13? Okay, yeah, I have a 12 for performance, so there's no way that I can beat you. But I'm trying to think right now because I rolled a 13, but I do have Kay Cunning's hero point. So what I'm thinking now, 13 is pretty good. That's not bad. And what I'm thinking is, do I want to try and go for like a lesser victory for Moss or and like come out, or do I want to risk rolling really poorly with the hero point and having Remy come out looking pretty foolish? That's what, you know what, Kay Cunning gave me the hero point. We're gonna do it. The roll's not perfect, so here we go. Not bad.
It's not high charisma, it's just high performance.
High
If you're trained,
charisma.
you get a big boost to it, Dayton. I mean, you know that. Why am I telling you? Oh, you do have high charisma, kind of, don't you?
I do. I have +3 charisma.
That's right. I forgot that.
Yeah, I've got
'Cause
high
they're cool.
charisma and I am trained in performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am too.
Okay. All right, Moss. I'm going to tell you my number. You tell me how much you beat me by. I got 27.
I got that much. I got it would be a 33.
Yeah. Very cool.
Is that a regular success?
So, Moss, something I forgot is that you get a skill increase at level 7.
Oh,
Which-
yeah.
I imagine you're going to put into performance.
Yes.
So technically, you roll with a +15.
Oh shit. So it's a 35.
So 35 to my 27.
So that's still a regular success.
Still a regular success. Wait, so could I pull this out?
So
Yeah.
it is now Moss 1, Remy 0. Second roll, go for it.
Okay.
Oh, second roll.
Is it first of 3 or best of 3?
Wait, did
It's
Moss did
two-
it Moss
go
crit
ahead.
though? Did it Moss roll a natural 20?
I did.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah, but
yeah.
and it bumps it up
True.
to the
That would
next
step it
success
up.
That's
level.
it then. That's
you
it.
could still pull away with it, but
No. Krug is correct. It's technically 2 successes because it went from a success when you
Right.
nat 20, it goes up to the next level.
oh, is it only? It's only it's 2 to win, not 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
Right.
Never
So
mind then.
Remy, Moss, while the competition seemed close, Moss does pull right ahead, right in front of you.
31.
Roll
you
it
didn't-
again anyways.
You're good. You didn't
He
do
does another song. Moss is an encore.
Yeah, Moss is an encore. Yeah, and Remy's just gonna be smiling like the big toothy smile while still like singing a little bit, and like and on stage is gonna be like clapping for Moss.
Yes.
Moss
Prove myself was
specifically
27.
bows at Remy.
If you wanted to spot Krug, as I'm sneaking away, it was 27.
I rolled a 27, so
How does that work, Jake?
it meets it beats.
It meets it beats.
But who's meeting?
Wait, who's
Who's
we're
beating?
both meeting and beating.
Mm,
This game's not designed for PvP. Diddle-it-doo-doo-doo. None of these role-playing games are.
okay. Odd or even? Krug.
Odd.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Odd for Robin. All right.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6.
That's even. Okay.
I see it.
Yeah, I guess you see Robin, she does slink into the crowd, and then you can see her maneuver. Like you see the tuft of her hair disappear around the corner into a backstage area.
I'm not following this time, but I'm keeping my eye on Robin. If I see Robin again, I'm like actively looking at this point.
Torthia, it is your time to perform.
What's Torthia's competitor all about this time?
You saw this person, and you're actually surprised they made it through this round. It ended up being two drunk dudes who just came for the food, but because two drunk people were against each other, one of them had to win.
Okay, great.
This is probably the easiest performance you'll ever make. In fact, just as a GM telling you, they have a -4 to their performance.
Cool. So that works well because Robin was going to kind of. I'm so sorry. Torithia was going to walk onto the stage, and understanding that they did burn their 2 level 4 spell slots in the first round of this competition, and also that everyone is expecting a huge spectacle, right? Because that's kind of what Torithia brought in the first round. Torithia's just going to sit on the edge of the stage, get very intimate, and just kind of like look into the eyes as best they can of people in the front row, and just sing a soft, somber song of the sea.
Okay, roll your performance with a +2.
Cool. That is a 24.
They got an 8.
Critical success.
Mm-hmm. And as you do that, they just kind of like they walk out on stage eating food, and they're just like, they don't even like, as soon as you start like singing and going, they kind of walk over and just sit down and just like eat next to you, like listening to you perform.
Yeah, and I think that taking note of that, Torithia would turn towards them and like kind of direct the latter half of the song at them. Looks very cute.
The next round gets posted, and it is Vandel v. Robin.
Torithia? Who's Robin?
Torithia. Yeah, Torithia.
Robin's back in the audience, and then she has to leave again.
But I'm just telling you once this happens,
sure.
the board gets posted up, and you see that Moss is against some random person, and Vandel is against Robin. And
Torithia?
Torithia. Why do I keep saying that? I'm speaking to the audience.
I know.
Not
we all know what's going on here.
Yeah.
I'm not pulling wool over any real people's eyes or Krugs.
But we will have to find out how that happens next week.
Hey, on The Masked Singer.
As this is the end of today's episode. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with us and watching. Thank you so much, Rick, for coming and having fun with us and rolling some ridiculous dice. I am very excited to see how this ends up, especially because now Vandel's gonna be competing against real people. Yeah. So let's see how this works. Let's go around one more time and say where people can reach us and whatnot. Let's start with Remy and Robin.
You go first, William.
Yeah, hey, I've been William. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @KWilliamWhite. I'm also in a band with Jonas called Glass Beach. You can find that all over. I found out recently we're on Tidal. So
yeah, we knew that very early on.
Yeah.
We were pretty sure.
We were pretty sure, but it got confirmed for me
sure
recently.
On Tidal.
We just released a remix album recently. Can you lift that up again one more time, Jonas?
Yes.
I think your microphone is backwards.
No. MXL.
Oh, okay, cool. No,
right?
it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, I just can't see it from my angle. We're good. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's my bad. It's my bad. Yeah, and I do 2 other shows for QueueTimes. One is called Hijinks and Handlebars, or Hijinks in the End. We are supposed to be on Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. I didn't do last week because my back. And hopefully I will be up and running again pretty soon. Like hoping for this Thursday. Fingers crossed. If nothing else, maybe I can lay down, but this wasn't perfect either. So whatever. And the other show is called Killer Set. It's a Monster of the Week show where I take real live musicians and bands and I have them play fake musicians and bands that have to fight monsters and solve mysteries in order to play their gigs. That happens every once in a while. It's not like consistent, but if I have a band that I can actually get to message me back, then we make it happen. And it's a lot of fun. And so check all that stuff out. It's on the QueueTimes main YouTube channel playlist called Hijinks and Handlebars, another playlist called Hijinks in the End, and the other one is a playlist called Killer Set.
My name is Jonas. I was laughing earlier because I realized that normally I say you can find me on Twitter at Jonas Newhouse, but at the beginning of this stream, I tweeted the word Memphis and got kicked out for 12 hours. So in 12 hours, probably 10 at this point, you can find me on Twitter as @Jonas Newhouse. I'm also in the band Glass Beach. Across all things, Glass Beach Band. It was a test. It was a worthwhile test.
No. My
firsthand
head
that
is
it would.
shaking because QueueTimes ourselves has been having a massive amounts of issue with copyright recently.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why you got banned was because someone wrote their first name, which was Memphis. Which is
I think not 100%.
We think.
Okay.
But either way, QueueTimes has been having issues a lot lately. Literally, a episode of Clear Skies is still currently fighting for monetization and release ability of an episode of Clear Skies because they think it's a part of an audiobook.
What? All right. Well,
spoiler alert: it is not a part of.
Yeah,
it
it is
that
not.
Blows over, and you can forgive Twitter for their harshness. You can find me there at Jonas Newhouse, and I stream on the Glass Beach Twitch channel sometimes. Fuck you, Twitter.
Jesus.
Apparently.
Oh no, we're Paizo affiliate.
Apparently, Dayton also.
I see that. Yeah,
has joined Jonas in the Memphis.
The Memphis
I'll
exile.
see you on Instagram, bud.
The funny part is I can still see the fact that you tweeted that. It's still on your Twitter. 1 hour ago, you tweeted the word.
I would take it down if I could.
But you can't. There it stays.
I feel really bad about that. Honestly, it was out of line, and I would take it back, but they won't let me.
Molly.
Hi, that's me. My name is Molly McIsaac. You can find me across the internet at Molly McIsaac, except here on Twitch, which is Night Glimmer, which I've been really bad about streaming, but I will get back to it eventually. Thing with being ADHD is that sometimes I get distracted by hyperfixations, and right now Twitch is not one of my hyperfixations, but it will come back around. That is all.
Krug.
Hi, my name is Krug, and I do not apologize for telling all of you about that. I explicitly told you not to do it, and you still did it.
Yep.
That just goes to show you that I'm a trustworthy guy, and I'm really not joking when I tell you not to do something. Dayton, you thank you for giving me that chuckle. That was probably one of the funniest things today. Made my day. Rick, I'm absolutely shocked that you almost rolled a 40 on a check. That's terrifying for me.
Performance.
Go check out QueueTimes on YouTube. YouTube.com/QueueTimesMan. It's good times.
Awesome. Rick.
Hi, Rick Ralls playing Vandel Stormwind, the bard with the lard. I know. God, rethink of that slogan. You can find me at RawlsRick on Twitter, or you can find the other podcast that I'm on, Comedy of Terrors on Twitter at COTDND, and find our podcast on any podcast subscription or service that you have, lurking for Comedy of Terrors. Thank you.
And I just put that in the Twitch chat, so check their Twitter out.
I'm gonna retweet this. Oh wait, I can't.
Thank you so much, Rick, for coming and joining with us. Do you have your account back?
I'm back.
Hey!
Tweet at me, baby.
So dumb. Thank you so much, Rick, for coming and joining us. Rick will be with us again next week. We're going to go into a little bit more and hopefully get him get him back to his plane of existence.
I swear, if you're a villain, oh my God.
You never know.
Vandel.
He is a bard.
Look, you will never know if he's a villain or not unless you watch comedy or listen to Comedy of Terrors, which I will say the thing that you should, one of the things that you should know about Comedy of Terrors is that it is an hour-ish long each episode, and it is fully edited. Like it is not like our show, which is I mean, they of course have laughs and chuckles and stuff like that, but like audio quality, it is fully audio edited. There are sound effects. They're like they go through and they do a lot of effort on that stuff. So like it is definitely a high quality tier like podcast. Like Rick got on the show because he's good looking. Then I heard the podcast and I was like, oh, well, then now I have a reason instead of just saying because I'm the GM and I want to.
We're kind of like a radio drama. We spend a lot of time. We usually do one burst session of recording and then we take multiple weeks to get all of that refined out for folks.
Yeah. So honestly, check them out. It's really good show. It's really nice to listen to. So honestly, check them out. And my name is Jake, and you can find me on Twitter at IndigoQT. I hope you all had a wonderful time as much as I did. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.